Good morning, boomers. Yep, Boomer Ranger on here. Another day of scouting. The sun is beautiful. It's hot already. I didn't forget my hat today, but of course I forgot my bino pack. No bino pack, no binoculars. I told you yesterday, be sure to bring your binoculars. So I decided today I would try something different. I would go to Trout Brook. That's the area that I drew this year for shotgun. And a couple of years ago I hunted it for muzzleloader. It is an extremely difficult hunt because it's always crowded and it never slows up during hunting season. This is a major walking park and there are multiple trails here. The secret to getting a deer here is getting in very early and getting into some spots that are off the beaten path, and hope that some other hunters get tired and cold and push the deer your way. I think black powder is probably the best season here. Muzzleloader is probably the best season. But just to show you, this is called area 26, Trout Brook Valley, 1,009 acres right here. And that gives you some idea. I'll download this map and share it with you. And you can see how some of the areas have no hunting, state hunting area, off limits. This would be a great place to knock on some doors on the fringe. I actually know a guy, I actually work with a guy who lives right on this property, but for some reason he doesn't allow hunting. But if you could get a piece of property on the edge of one of these places in a zone where you're allowed to bait, a harvesting would be an absolute killer. I think I may have shown you some of these things before. No biking January 1st through April 30th. Well, that's interesting because they don't want anybody to get hurt, right? Dogs must be leashed. Almost nobody leashes their dogs here. And I just absolutely love this one. There is no poop fairy. Please clean up after your dog. Now, people have been paying better attention to that. A friend of mine, Dave, shot a deer a few years ago, dragged it out, and it got covered with dog poop. So, I know, these are one of the challenges of a place like this. You see all those little markings? Those are markings where people decide they wanted to come into the woods. And I would think it was really just for muzzleloader. But there's a parking area up ahead. When you do get a permit for this area, they give you a combination to the combo lock. And hopefully it's not frozen when you get here. You can get in. And at the end of this trail, you park your car. And that puts you a little bit closer to the hunting area. So it's actually a delightful day. There's a nice breeze. It hasn't gotten super hot yet. You see another one of these high deer-proof fences? That's an attempt to keep the deer off that guy's property and or to encourage some new growth, because there's so many deer in here, they say, that they keep eating all the underbrush. All right, that's it for now. I'm going to stop babbling. I'm going to do some walking, do some scouting, hopefully pick up some good tips for the upcoming shotgun season. Get out there, get some shape, get some exercise, do some scouting. Boomer Ranger here, signing off for today. Stay tuned. So this would be the area that you park once you secure a permit to hunt Trout Brook. And for the shotgun season, it's by lottery only for the entire 2-week season. For muzzleloader and turkey, believe it or not, turkey, both archery and shotgun, they give them 3 days in advance, a limited number of permits only. I was just talking recently about people, that there was no poop fairy here. The people are designed to pick up their own poop. I don't know. This guy decided he was going to bag it and leave it, so very inconsiderate. All right, my walk continues now. Getting some exercise, trying to pick up some vital data, some intel on where the best place to ambush a buck this year will be. Stay tuned. All right, as the sign says right behind me here, entering the hunting area, State of Connecticut Department of Environmental Protection. So Department of Environmental Protection works in tandem with these organizations like the one that owns this property, and they do the surveying, they put the boundary markings in. We just had a husband and wife go by with the dog, and the dog barked at me, so give you some idea how difficult of a hunt this is going to be, how much work it's going to take between onX maps and walking the property to find a spot that's the furthest away from all this traffic. And I do think the deer are used to all these people and used to all the dogs. They know the dogs and the people aren't going to harm them. But to have to deal with that while there's a hunting season going on, and have to deal with that safely when you're using a shotgun during shotgun season, you better be very, very careful. You better know your backstop. You better only take measured, safe shots. So as I continue, a friend of mine I work with hunts this property occasionally. He dropped a pin for me, and we're headed up there right now. I don't know if I could actually show you that from here, but I guess I could do this. I guess I could do this at a later point. But that blue dot is where I am now, and the pin he dropped is right up on the hill here. So it's right off the blue trail, and it's very close to the main trail itself. And I'm not optimistic I'll see anything today, but at least we can scope it out. And this is the kind of due diligence you have to do and intel you hope to pick up. So get out there, get scouting. Bye now. All right, so this is another reason you get out and scout. Even though there's 1,000 acres open here, not all of it's open to hunting. You have to watch the map they supply you with, but you need to get familiar with the terrain. This was a little bit of a surprise to me. Open space, no one allowed on this property for hunting or trapping, no alcoholic beverages, closed dusk till dawn. Any violation subject to arrest for trespassing. Aspetuck Land Trust. So this, I walked into an area that's technically off limits, so you have to pay real close attention to the border markings. And I would suggest using HuntStand or onX maps in tandem with whatever they supply you here. All right, that's it, folks. Lessons. All right, so I'm back. I only spent about an hour. It's awfully hot. Hot, buggy. I never did find that exact pin where a friend of mine suggested I hunt. I got close. I wanted to tell you that you're probably better off on these kinds of trips, expeditions, to go the first thing in the morning or the last thing in the afternoon. It's just going to be less crowded. Now here I am, and there's still 2 full carfuls besides myself still here walking. Now I only bumped into one lady walking with her dog, and that was it. Once I got off the property, I ended up on an area that was closed. I wasn't paying attention to the boundary maps. So I think I'm going to go home, get a shower, nice outdoor shower, maybe even shave, script a video, maybe even shoot one this afternoon. Look forward to sharing it with you guys. Thanks again for watching.